The VHS versus Betamax War. How porn decided your childhood movie's okay. Ask anyone why VHS beat Betamax, and they'll give you a simple answer. VHS was cheaper, or it had longer recording time. And sure, that's part of the story, but it's not the whole story. It's not the secret billion-dollar reason. Because the real, unspoken weapon that won this war was an entire industry that nobody wanted to talk about at the dinner table. This is the true story of the VHS versus Betamax war, and how the adult film industry picked the winner, changed home entertainment forever, and decided what movies you grew up watching. Let's set the stage. It's the mid-1970s. People are hungry to watch movies at home. Two tech giants step into the ring. On one side, Sony, the perfectionist. Their invention, Betamax. It was the premium product. Sharper picture, better sound. Sony was confident. It was the superior tech. On the other side, JVC. Their invention, the video home system, or VHS. JVC's philosophy was different. They weren't just selling a tape. They were selling an ecosystem. But here's where the first big mistake happens. Sony's perfect plan had a perfect flaw. Sony kept Betamax technology on lockdown. If you wanted to make beta machines or tapes, you needed Sony's very expensive permission. They wanted all the pie. JVC did the opposite. They said, hey, anyone, make VHS players. Make VHS tapes. They shared the recipe. Soon, companies like Panasonic, Sharp, and others jumped in. More chefs, bigger kitchen. So, from the start, VHS had more friends, more stores selling it. But Betamax still had its fans. The war was on. Families were choosing sides, based on what they thought mattered. But behind the scenes, a completely different customer was about to make the biggest purchase order in history. Let's rewind. Before home video, if you wanted to watch an adult film, you had to go to a special theater. It was awkward, public, and not very private. Then, home video arrives. Suddenly, you can watch anything in your living room. Privacy. This was a revolution for one industry in particular. The adult film industry saw the future immediately. They needed to pick a format, and they had very specific needs. They thought, okay, need to reach the most homes. Need machines that are easy to use. Need tapes that are cheap to copy. What's my move? Sony, the perfectionist, wasn't interested. They wanted to protect their high-class brand. They didn't want those kinds of movies on their fancy format. They said no, thank you. JVC, they had an open-door policy. Remember? Come one, come all. So, the adult industry chose VHS. And this wasn't a small choice. This was a tidal wave of money. By the early 80s, some experts say adult films made up nearly 50% of all home video revenue. Let me say that again. Half of the entire market. This money did three critical things. First, it gave VHS manufacturers and stores a massive, steady cash flow. Second, it pushed VHS players into way more homes. A guy might buy the player for one reason, but then the whole family would use it to rent Disney movies. And third, and most importantly, it decided what your local video store would stock. A video store owner would think, I have limited shelves. I need to stock what rents. VHS has all the big, moneymakers. And all the kids' movies are on VHS too now. Do I even bother with Betamax? So he'd build a huge VHS section and put a tiny, sad Betamax shelf in a dusty corner. The dominoes were falling. More adult films on VHS dash, more VHS players sold dash, more video stores stocking VHS dash, more mainstream studios releasing movies on VHS. It was a snowball that became an avalanche. By the mid-80s, Betamax was in trouble, but Sony fought back. They improved it. Better quality, longer tapes. They shouted, we're better. Look at our specs. But it was too late. The market had chosen. This is called a network effect. The best product isn't the one with the best specs. It's the one with the most users. Why? Because more users mean more movies, more rental options, more friends to swap tapes with. VHS wasn't just a tape format anymore. It was the standard. And once something becomes the standard, it's almost impossible to beat. In 1988, Sony finally admitted defeat. They started making VHS players. The war was over. The inferior product, powered by an open strategy and a secret, massive market, had won. So, did porn single-handedly kill Betamax? No. Longer recording time and cheaper prices mattered. But did it decide the war? Absolutely. It provided the fuel, the massive, early money that let VHS build an unbreakable network. It's the ultimate lesson in market forces. The best technology doesn't always win. What wins is the technology that understands what people actually want, builds an ecosystem, and sometimes isn't afraid of the customers others ignore. So, the next time you remember a childhood movie night, popping in a worn-out tape of your favorite cartoon, you now know the strange, hidden economic story behind that simple plastic box. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the hidden forces that shape our world, smash that like button. It tells the algorithm you want more. And subscribe for more casual economics, where we unravel the surprising stories behind everyday things.